Hello Unity developers, in this video we are going to investigate the render pipeline shaders, and for that we are here in the multi-texture 8 layers scene. You can find it here on the version 2, and we are going to activate now the HDRP, and for that we're going to check if we have installed the high definition render pipeline. It's already installed, and if we have done that, we go to preferences, asset pipeline, where is it, graphics, where is it, build settings, player settings, here's the graphics. So here we select now the HDRP render pipeline, and now this render pipeline is activated. And of course now all the normal shaders which use the standard pipeline is now gray, and now we have to use the HDRP materials. So for that we have here in the Fractalia folder, in the core folder, we have here a folder called HDRP and URP, and we select the first one here, double click on it to unpack the content, and it's there. So we have here now this multi-texture HDRP, and when I select this scene here, you can see here this is for the UV3 workflow, and here you can see the material. The main difference here now, this is different, is that you have to use texture arrays. This, if you check the old material here, what we had, where is it in the samples? The sample scene, material, rendering here. If you check this material here, you can see here those are using normal 2D textures, but this doesn't work in the new render pipelines. You cannot do that. In the standard pipeline you can do that, and this is actually the maximum amount of textures possible for the standard pipeline, but for HDRP we have to use texture arrays. Here we have one of those texture arrays, and in order to create them you have to go to tools, and you have here the texture array creator, and you can here assign the materials, the individual. If it's the standard material, it automatically extracts a material, and you can see here all the textures which are defined here, and then you click here create texture array before you select the output path where it should be saved, and then it creates the texture array. So this is not that flexible as you use textures 2D, but for that there's also a cool update, because back then, before the update, they were really huge. They had a crazy file size. You can see here, I think this is not yet optimized. This is still RGBA 32. So you can see here how big this is, and this is now, since the new update, when you create the texture array, it is only 10 megabytes big for 8 slices. And you can see here that it is now compressed like a normal texture, so it doesn't blow up your memory. So nevertheless, so here we have the Obsidian HDRP, which is for the texture gradient. It uses UV3, just one texture dimension, because 0 is rock, and one and the maximum value 255 would be this super hot molten representation. And here we have another scene. You can see here the 8 layers. This is an export, and here is, you can see here, Voxelica is disabled because it's outside. So, and here, yeah, you have here the objects. And like normal, you can paint with the materials. So this is the 8 layers, and if you check out the file generator, which is here, as usual, you need here, this is the new one, which has 8 layers, and you can see here the texture areas. It has to use texture areas, and the base material, you can see I have used this checkerboard here. Those are normal texture 2D, so those you can easily swap out, but for those you need to use that tool in order to change that area itself. Here you have also a G-planar version. Here see, this is for G-planar. You can see the perfect transition between the, no matter how it is arranged, you have here. Oh, you can see this is triplanar. You don't need UV coordinates for that, but this one you need UV coordinates. So this is the HDRP version, and now I show you the URP version. It's actually the same. We are selecting the URP render pipeline here. And now we go to URP, unpack it, because this is HDRP, this doesn't work in URP. And here we have now the URP, multi-texture URP. And you can see here, this is the URP version now. And this looks quite almost identical like the standard render pipeline version. I have no idea why they created that separate URP, but it's identical. The material, let's activate this engine here. Material is the same. Oh, destroyed it. Yeah, it's exactly identical. I can apply all. So also the same variation, one for triplanar and one for normal. If you use the normal one, make sure that the engine also has, if you see here the hull generator, you need multi-texture and also here a cube UV to get UV coordinates, because if you disable this, I can show it again. Disable it, activate. This one uses the UV coordinates, and if you don't have UV coordinates, you get no textures. You can see, can change the power. can have here some variations. Those are different variations, and you have here sphere mapping. Again, for sphere mapping, one trick, change it to 1000, 1000, 1000, and then you get really nice, almost smoothness, perfect. But if you use margin cubes, you get the best results using the first one, UPV 0.1. Yeah. So this is about the HDRP and URP, and most important thing is multi-texture version 2 in order to have those layers defined. And of course the engine itself must have here the dimension count. Yeah, it should have at least those layers and those dimensions available. So this you have to keep an eye on, and that you also have this multi-texture. For that you need the different QBV. It's extra for block. Created it extra for that. So I hope you liked this video. This is a short summary of HDRP and URP. There is one workflow where you can even use the normal standard shader. It's when you use block, disable this, then you can use a standard shader. Let's create material. I show this. This is the that you don't not some workflows don't even need new materials. Here I have delete base map. I select this texture atlas. If we use this workflow, base map. I have it here. Color atlas, here is it. Here you see you have a sprite atlas, and if I assign it here now, here it is. You have here a sprite atlas. Of course it has a value between 0 and 55, and you can see here I have it disabled, and yeah, the block atlas row 16, and if I paint now, you can see here all those colors basically. Yeah. But this is a different workflow, and I make a separate video about this workflow. But you can see here, this if you use Sprite Atlas, you don't even need separate materials. So I hope you like this video. It shows you about the URP and HDRP, and next video I'm showing you how to use those Sprite Atlases. It's the next video. Okay, then see you later. Bye bye.